Alright guys, we're back over here at the motor, and so right now I'm going to, the instructions in the manual are super confusing, so I'm just going to do the best I can with this. But we're going to put the injector pumps in, these guys right here. It's got individual pumps like we showed you before, and so to do this procedure you need to get the motor to top dead center, and I don't want to pull the injectors out to do that, so the valve cover is just sitting here. So we're going to pull the valve cover off, and we're going to use the rocker arms to tell us where top dead center is. So we want to turn this clockwise like this. So we want this to bar down on this. So this is the way, we don't want to do it like this way because that would be the wrong way. So I'll get this on here like this. Tighten this up. And then now we can turn the motor. It should, okay, there we go. So now we got it turning. So now let's come back over here. So we want this guy to open right here. So then we know we're on an exhaust stroke. So we'll just keep our eyes, I'm gonna turn it over here while we watch over there. Okay, so this guy's moving right here. So this cylinder is just coming off an exhaust stroke. We're just gonna do them one at a time. That's where we're gonna start. So. All right, well that was convenient. So you can see this one's moving right here. Okay, so. All right, that's coming off an exhaust stroke right there. Okay, so this front cylinder up here, the intake just closed. So we're gonna keep going. This guy's gonna close back there. Okay, that guy closed. Okay, the exhaust is closed on that cylinder now. And that just started to open. So I believe that means this one, that's front cylinder, is at top dead center. So this should be at top dead center right now. So the instructions say, once you get to the cylinder where you're putting it in, you're like at top dead center of that cylinder, which is this one right now. You're supposed to back the crank off 120 degrees in the opposite direction. So I'm just gonna eyeball this, put a line right here, just for a reference point. We're going this way, and so now we wanna go the opposite way. So we're gonna take this off. So we're gonna bring this back 120 degrees. So if we brought it back 90 degrees, it'd be right here. 180 degrees would be right here. So then half of 90 is 45. 90 plus 45 is 135, so 135 would be right here. So let's see, somewhere in the middle of that, I guess. So we want it to be right about here. So that's a little less than 90. Let's see. So there's 90 right here. I think I went a little too far maybe. I'm gonna call this pretty close enough. So I replaced all these rings on this guy. We've got this apart. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? So I'm just gonna put a little lube in here just to help these guys get in. So you can see you kind of got it lined up. I can kind of see on the back side here, it's not a good look, but all right, I'm not really digging the way this feels in here. All right, that's great. I can feel it it's in that groove because it stops one way and it stops the other way. So now we gotta just get this all the way in there. All right, felt it click into place there a little bit. You still got one more ring to go. So I can still feel it's in the right spot. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this back off and we're gonna have more access to the fuel rod right here. So I've got my finger pushed on the rod and I can feel when I turn this, I can feel it pushing back on the rod. So I'm sure this isn't how the book says to do it, but what I'm gonna do is as soon as I feel resistance, this is where I'm gonna position that. So at that point, I just started getting resistance on that rod. So I just started moving it and then I just backed it off just a little. So I am going to bolt that down right there. This is only half the battle, so getting that right is obviously really important. But when we adjusted these, there's a cam that runs the thing, and if we don't have that right, then we're gonna damage the motor when we tighten this down, because we're gonna mess the cam up. So I'm just hoping that we did that properly. I'm really not sure. I mean, the directions in the book are far from clear, so that's what we're going with. There's still one more O-ring to pop it down on, so now we're just gonna set it in the rest of it. All right, so now that went in really easy. So, I mean, it feels like that we've got the motor set up right because that just slid right in there. I wasn't feeling any resistance at all. I mean, that felt really great. I like that. So when I was trying to get that screw in, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but like if it doesn't feel right, I like to like just back it off until you feel it click and you feel the threads click into place, and then go back forward. And do it a couple times if you don't like it. It's better just to take the time and get it to jibe right than you know, to mess up the threads and cause yourself a huge headache. I'm not sure what the torque specifications are for this, but I just snug those up and then I'll come back and torque them later. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to these two cylinders right here. And so whichever one exhaust opens up first, then we're gonna do the opposite one. All right, so this exhaust is opening right here. Okay, and then this intake just started to open. So we were going that way, so we want to go back the other way. So we're right here, so this will be 90 over here. Here it is right here. It's right here. Okay, so that's about 90. We want to get it up around here probably. So we were looking at these two right here. So that means we're on this cylinder right here, which is this one down here. Get this guy out of our way. So there's our little fuel rod. Got this guy lined up right about there. Okay, I missed. Okay, that time I felt it. Okay, I think we're gonna take this off again. That worked out well last time. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what was happening last time. See how that's crooked? So maybe we were trying to put it in cockeyed last time. So maybe that's why that helps. Okay, so now we got the same phenomenon as last time. Okay, so now the same thing's going on. So now it's in, but it's not all the way down. And just get this out of the way. So you guys can see that, and see, so it's loose, but it just can't spring back all the way. And that's what happened with this one. And then after we got it all the way in, then it sprung back. So we'll get this going a little bit. So I'm constantly checking. You can see that I'm moving this with my finger to make sure I'm not changing anything. Okay, so now we've got full motion again. Okay, so we got good action so far. We need to get so we just need to put one more in and the shutoff in. And then I think we're in good shape, so hopefully that works out. So now we want the exhaust to open on this one. We want to see the exhaust open on that one. So you can see the intake opening over here. Now the exhaust just started to open. Exhaust closed. And so then this intake just started to open. We're at about the bottom again. I'm gonna go backwards 120 degrees. So there's about 90, I'll call that 120 right there. I forgot to get this guy back up here. I'm gonna get that up there as soon as possible so we don't get any dirt in there. Okay, you can see we got our fuel rod back here. We're just gonna hold it right in the middle, right about there. Yeah, like there. Got our little lever. Missed. You can also see it over on this side over here. All right, that's it right there. So it's hooked in there. And so this is so you can see, watch my finger on the left. See, it's pushing. I'm actually pushing it with this when I turn this. So I'm going to go all the way in. This is as far as a rod can go in. So now I can feel that there's tension right there, and that's right where I want to leave it. So that's where we want it to stay. So we're going to push this guy in. Just clicked into place. There it is. Okay, we've got motion here. Just a little. Let's just make sure you can put this guy in after the fact. All right, just want to make sure that squeezes in here. And so these are the two different ones. This is obviously original. This has got the original color, and this is an aftermarket one. And so I was doing some research online. And so careful when you guys get an aftermarket one, because obviously these look very different. And then I was looking, when I was looking online, this actually has 2 windings inside, and this only has 1 winding inside, I'm guessing. But that's what I saw online. So make sure you depend on this to turn the machine on and off. Just, try to get a nice one when you guys. I'm going to put this one back in. I don't think this is what the problem was. So I'm going to put this one back in and just set this one aside. If I was in a jam, I'd use this one, but, I'd rather put a good one back in. So you can see this is where the shutoff is going to go in there. And so I have like a little play with my finger over here. So I'm just keeping an eye on that while I do this. I'm just constantly checking it, making sure I'm not binding this guy up. Okay, it's not. Oh, there it goes. It just sunk down far enough where I've got full motion over here. Oh, just stopped. Okay, now I got full motion back. So now all the pumps should be working in conjunction with each other. That's where I'm going to stop the video now. So next time I'm going to get the valve cover and stuff back on there, get the turbo, all the exhaust and stuff on there. I don't know if we'll, and obviously put oil and stuff in it. I don't know if we'll try to fire it that time, but maybe we'll try to fire it the next time after that. Just to see if it fires. I'll just turn it over and just give it a spray of ether from far away while we're turning it over, just to see if it fires, and we can get this thing just to run just a little. If it just pops over, then that's it. With the ether, we don't want to blow the heads off of this thing or something. And then we will hook up a fuel supply, get the belts and stuff hooked up on this thing, and then we'll try to run it while it's standing, just sitting on the ground like this. And if that happens, that'll be a beautiful thing. And then we'll just straighten everything else out, get the gaskets all set up on the back here, and yeah, get this thing tightened and cleaned up, and then we'll throw it back in the machine. So pretty excited. I think this was successful putting these in. Like I said, this is in no way a reflection of how the book said to put it in, except to get each cylinder to top dead center and then back it off 120 degrees. The rest of it is just made up. So, you know, wait till the end results before you go doing any of this. So, because I don't know if this is going to work out or not. But so check in next time, and thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later.